Silent Sabotage, Dark Psychology in the Workplace Channel, The Human Mind and Its Secrets. A Perfect Reputation. Olivia Bennett worked as a project manager at a large tech company in Boston. She had been there for 6 years. Her co-workers trusted her. Her supervisors respected her. Olivia had a reputation for being organized, calm under pressure, and extremely reliable. If a difficult project needed leadership, Olivia was usually the first choice. And recently, something important was coming. A major promotion. Her manager had hinted that she was the top candidate for a new leadership position. Everything in Olivia's career was moving in the right direction. Then, a new employee joined the department. His name was Ethan Clark. Ethan was intelligent, calm, and very observant. The kind of person who rarely spoke too much in meetings. But when he did speak, people listened. At first, Ethan seemed supportive of Olivia. He complimented her presentations. He often said things like, "Olivia always keeps these projects on track," or, "I think Olivia has the best overview of this project." To everyone else, Ethan looked like a helpful colleague. But sometimes, the most dangerous manipulators begin by gaining trust. The first small problem. One Monday morning, Olivia arrived early at the office. She had an important presentation scheduled for that afternoon. The slides were finished the night before. She had checked them 3 times. Everything was perfect. But when she opened the file that morning, something felt wrong. 2 slides were missing. One chart had been replaced with outdated data. Olivia frowned. "That's strange," she whispered. She clearly remembered fixing those slides the night before. But there was no time to investigate. The meeting started in 20 minutes. During the presentation, something awkward happened. One of the executives interrupted. "Olivia, these numbers look incorrect." The room became quiet. Olivia quickly flipped through the slides, and there it was, the wrong chart. Before she could explain, Ethan spoke calmly. Maybe Olivia accidentally uploaded an older version. His voice sounded supportive, not accusing, but the effect was subtle. The room now had a simple explanation. Olivia made a mistake. Olivia forced a small smile. Yes, that might be possible. But deep inside, something felt strange. She knew she had fixed that chart, or at least, she thought she had. Gaslighting in meetings. A week later, another meeting was held about a long-term project strategy. During the discussion, Olivia suggested a new timeline for development. It was a plan she had prepared carefully. But Ethan suddenly spoke. "We actually discussed this idea last week," he said. Olivia turned toward him. "No, we didn't." Ethan tilted his head slightly. "I'm pretty sure we did." The room went quiet. A few people looked confused. Olivia felt a strange pressure building in her chest. "I don't remember that," she said carefully. Ethan shrugged politely. "Maybe I misunderstood the conversation." His tone sounded neutral, but something important had just happened. A seed of doubt had been planted. In psychology, this tactic is called gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone manipulates another person into questioning their own memory or perception of reality. The manipulator does not attack directly. Instead, they quietly suggest that the victim's memory is unreliable. And if this happens often enough, the victim begins to doubt themselves. After that meeting, Olivia returned to her desk feeling unsettled. She opened her notes. She searched her calendar. She checked last week's meeting summary. There was no discussion about that timeline. None. But for some reason, she still felt unsure. The reputation shift. Over the next few weeks, small problems kept appearing. Emails were sent with incorrect attachments. Calendar invites disappeared. Old project files appeared in shared folders. Each issue was small, but each one seemed connected to Olivia's work. And every time something went wrong, Ethan responded the same way. Calm, helpful, concerned. "Olivia has been under a lot of pressure lately," he told a colleague one afternoon. "I hope she's not overworking herself." It sounded kind, supportive, but the effect was powerful. Because slowly, people started seeing Olivia differently, not as the confident project manager they once trusted, but as someone who might be struggling. And the most dangerous thing about reputation manipulation is this: the manipulator rarely criticizes you directly. Instead, they let other people form the doubts themselves.
Quiet sabotage. Months passed, and Olivia began changing. She checked her work constantly. Every email was reviewed 3 times. Every document was double-checked. But the strange mistakes continued. One evening, she sat alone in her apartment, staring at her laptop. She opened an email draft she had sent earlier that day. The attachment was wrong. Again. Olivia leaned back in her chair. Her heart felt heavy. What is wrong with me? She thought. This question is the psychological goal of manipulation, because once a person begins to doubt their own abilities, their confidence begins to collapse. And when confidence collapses, control shifts. The first clue. One night, Olivia stayed late at the office. Most of the lights were off. The building was quiet. She opened a shared project file that had caused problems earlier that week. Then she noticed something she had never checked before: the version history. Her eyes narrowed. Several edits had been made at 2:14 a.m., but Olivia had been asleep at that time. She scrolled down and saw the editor's name: Ethan Clark. Olivia felt a cold chill run through her body. Why would Ethan edit her presentation file in the middle of the night? And why hadn't he mentioned it? Suddenly, a pattern began forming in her mind. Every mistake, every misunderstanding, every strange problem, Ethan had been present, every single time. The real strategy. Over the next few days, Olivia quietly investigated. She reviewed project histories, meeting notes, shared documents, and slowly, the truth became impossible to ignore. Ethan had not been trying to steal her work. That would have been obvious. Instead, he had been doing something far more strategic. He was destroying her credibility. A reputation can take years to build, but only a few months to destroy. And Ethan understood something most people do not. In a workplace, perception is often stronger than truth. If enough people begin to believe someone is unreliable, that belief becomes reality, even if the facts say otherwise. The twist. But the most disturbing discovery came later. While reviewing old company records, Olivia noticed something unusual. 3 years earlier, another employee had been considered for promotion. Then suddenly, performance issues appeared. Emails were mismanaged. Deadlines were missed. That employee eventually left the company. Olivia checked the project teams. One name appeared again: Ethan Clark. Then another case. Another talented employee. Another sudden drop in reputation. Another project involving Ethan. The truth was chilling. Ethan had been doing this for years. He didn't compete with people directly. He psychologically weakened them. And when their reputations collapsed, he quietly stepped into their place. Breaking the manipulation. The next department meeting began like any other. Executives sat around the table. Project reports were prepared. But before the meeting started, Olivia spoke. There's something I'd like to show everyone. She connected her laptop to the screen. Then she opened the version history of several project files. Edit timestamps appeared. Names appeared. And one name appeared again, and again, and again. Ethan Clark. The room became silent. For the first time since he joined the company, Ethan had nothing to say. Because manipulation survives in shadows. But the moment it is exposed to light, its power collapses. Protecting your mind. Workplace manipulation rarely looks dramatic. There are no obvious villains, no loud confrontations. Instead, it works quietly. Through doubt, through subtle reputation damage, through psychological pressure. And the most dangerous part is this:
The victim often blames themselves. So if you ever find yourself constantly questioning your memory, your competence, or your value, pause for a moment. Because sometimes the problem is not your ability. Sometimes, someone is quietly trying to control the story others believe about you. And protecting your reputation starts with protecting your mind.